There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Nighttime. Excellent. Hello. How was your day? Oh, wait. Yes, YouTube is working. Good. Good. Good stuff. Turn it up. Turn up the Undertale music. I need it. I need it. Oh. I have some dinner right in front of me, so don't mind me while I eat for a little bit before we get to doing art. Oh, hello, DJ. Oh my god, I just made some cranberry sauce. I think I did it wrong. How did your cranberry sauce turn out? I got my plushie. I'm glad it arrived safe. Let's go. Good morning, Ken Cat. I hope you're doing well. Jedi, yours arrived too. I hope they arrive safely. I hope it's all good and they arrive safe. Let's go. Hello, Angelson. Welcome in. Wolfleet, your plush arrived too? Yeah! Let's go! I am now in multiple people's homes simultaneously. It's great. It's quite nice. Let's go, Draco. You got yours too. Absolutely feel free to take pictures and post them if you'd like. And I love seeing them, whether it be on Blue Sky or Twitter. Hi, Balrog. Welcome in. Hello, Jeff. Hello, fellow fantasy creatures. Hello. One sec. Do you need the music louder? Because I turned it down a little bit. We're art buddies. You're building a toothless set. Nice. Nice. Just before stream, I was, while I was waiting for dinner, I was making a little bumblebee Lego. It's not really a Lego, it's like a knockoff Lego. And so it's not official, and it's tiny, but it's still really cute. I've not done it, so it'll take a bit. Hello, Zooch! I hope you're doing good. I have my honey plushie in front of Honey as a show of dominance. I can't compete with that. I can't compete with that. Oh my god, a bee. A bumblebee. Thank you, Miss, for the art tax. Thank you, Bloodass, for the raid. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, this is, I think this is Vero. One sec. Let me, get over here. Get over here. I also realized the music was probably overlapping the YouTube. Dude, you got here. Let's go. I'm so glad it got there safe. It's always very nice when people are like, yeah, I got it. Because I'm like, oh, thank goodness it didn't get lost. I hope it doesn't get lost. Voxer, not Vero. Right. It's Voxer, not Vero. This is good. Thank you, Bloodass, for sharing. I like the posture. Dang. Good job on the shoes. Shoes are hard. Shoes are quite difficult. Also, don't mind me. I'm gonna make this darker for my eyes. Around. There we go. But like, look at that. Love the attitude here. Very, very nice. The hair also looks very nice too. Voxer's hair is not too tricky to draw, but like from different angles, it can definitely be a struggle for me. It's Wheeler. It's Joy Wheeler. Bum, bum, bum. Hello, Fatal Sniper. From one creative to another, how do you break through art block? I'm writing my first book and need to deal with art block. So great question, Hairhide. The answer is kind of it varies. So it depends on what kind of art block you have. Dang, good eyes. Good eyes, Bloodass. Thank you for sharing. This is really good. But yeah, also cool. I will answer that question after this one first. Oh, Vero is the gal. That makes sense. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you for the correction, Myth. But Hairhide, it really depends on what kind of art block it is. There are kind of three types where it's ideas, motivation, and execution. Those are kind of the best way to describe it. If you have a hard time coming up with ideas or being inspired, then you usually just need to take a break and watch some movies, read some books, go outside in nature, hang out with friends, rest. If it is motivation, take a break, hang out with friends, go outside, do other things, rest. Execution, That's the one where you have to be really nice to yourself. Where it's like, okay, you have to be so chill and so nice to yourself because your artistic eye has developed faster than your hand can keep up. So you will get good once more, but your arm is just not there yet. Your muscle memory just hasn't caught up quite yet. It happens. It kind of goes in waves. So I am in an art block right now. It's not really so. It's an art block, and it's less of the I have motivation. I have ideas. The execution is not coming out correctly, and that's really it. So it's just like, oh, my artistic eye has evolved once more. Good for me. That's good. So I have to take a break, which is what I've been doing the past week. Is I have not been forcing it, and thankfully, with the schedule I have planned, I account for several weeks of art block just in case. Today, I'm going to try to get gently back into it, and hopefully that will help. Hopefully I'll get back into it. But if I don't, that's okay. It'll be a short stream. We're going to take it nice and easy, and if I can't do art tonight, I'll either try tomorrow or chill more tomorrow, because forcing it is not going to work very well. As I know, two honeys are on the shelf overseeing the homestead. I think an angel tried to steal something. Jokes on her. I was out to do groceries that day. She wanted a snack. Cool. I was wondering if you had any tips to start drawing digitally. I finally got a tablet, but I have no idea where to start with Clip Studio. So great question, Cool. There are really a lot of resources to start with. I would recommend starting with PCAT's videos. PCAT's videos are very good. But for me, in terms of starting digital art, you kind of have to understand that there is going to be a disconnect between what you draw on the screen and what you're trying to draw with your pen. That disconnect for me took at least 6 months to a year at most to really get used to it. What I drew on a tablet, or I guess Cintiq, when I first started drawing, didn't quite look right because I had never drawn a Cintiq before until art school. It was all hand drawn. It was all paper sketches. And so I'd never done digital art before. My coloring and knowledge is just awful. It's abysmal because I did not start coloring until fairly recently, honestly, in terms of my artistic career. But I guess the best thing to do is just like start small and smaller scale instead of trying to go for something super complex. Start small and do multiple pieces instead of trying to make one big perfect piece. The more you draw, meaning the more pieces you make, the more comfortable you become with the disconnect of pen and tablet. That doesn't mean that you have to make a huge, insane amount, all of simple complexity. You can vary it up. Try different things, take it easy. There's no rush. It's just something that you have to be kind to yourself and understand that there is going to be a learning curve. Not a huge one, just a little bit of an annoying one in the short term. But yeah. Blood Asp, that's my art. I read it. Yeah, this is Blood Asp's art. Blood Asp, thank you once again for the raid. I do appreciate it, and I hope you have been doing well. Honey, I've started my first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. Posted my character in show chat for you. It's Dragonborn Fighter. Ooh, I love Dragonborns. I played a Dragonborn. I think I tried to play a Dragonborn Paladin. That was pretty fun. That was pretty dang good. Jasper, honey, to break your art block, just grab your blunt object and start whacking. Jasper does have aggressive optimism, and honestly, I can appreciate Jasper for that. Thank you, Jasper. But yeah, today I have my dinner still in front of me, so I'm still gonna eat. But I'm going to try to gently come out of art block. We're gonna see how this goes. So how are you this evening, honey? Saw the link of the Fortnite VTuber collab news on your Discord. We should try getting you in there. I have not seen that, no. So I don't really play Fortnite. I'm just not super into first-person shooters. I do play some with my friends, but for the most part, I do not participate in contests because there's so many hurdles for me to get over to even participate in something like that. It's not necessarily hurdles placed in front of me, but mental checklists where I have like, okay, am I going to be on a team? When is it taking place? How good do I have to be at the game? Is there anyone relying on me? Is this something that I can commit to, you know? It's not something that I want to commit to and then have to drop out of because of whatever reason, whether I'm busy or I don't vibe with whatever team I'm on, or if something happens, you know. in a way, I have to stop doing that because I keep convincing myself not to participate in things, which is just like not that good. But I'm working on it. Do you read often? Night? Yeah, so I do read. I'm reading a book called The Knowledge, How to Restart Civilization from Scratch. Shoot, I can't remember the author's name. But if you look at the How to Make Everything YouTube channel, like the first video he makes is like, hey, I saw this book and I wanted to see if I could do it myself. And I was like, okay, I kind of want to read this book, see what it's about. So that's what I'm currently reading on top of Witch Hat Atelier. Those are the main things I'm reading right now. But yeah. Thank you for the head pats, Workman. And also, Meta, thank you for the posture, breathe, ear wiggle, and hydrate. Oh, all of them. Let's go. Hello, Meta. Oh. It's a really cool book. Yeah, I started reading it, and it starts off really, like, it reminds you of, like, oh yeah, our world's very fragile. Everything's really fragile. Gotta persist. How's your week? It was not bad. So I had a friend come over and teach me how to paint minis. So I'm making a bunch of little Frostgrave minis right now. And we primed them today. So I've glued them together. I've put like coffee grounds and dried sanitized foliage on the base. And we spray painted them today. And so next up is going to be doing highlights and then color, I think. Basically, my friend is showing me how to do it and making sure that I don't burn myself out trying to beat my art block. So that's an actually very fascinating thing, is oftentimes, let me put my art up here so y'all have something to look at while I explain. But that's a really interesting thing about art, is that if you try to force your way through art block, you can actually make things worse and burn yourself out. So that is actually something that is way worse than an art block. An art block is kind of the equivalent of the cold, and burnout is it can potentially last years. Art blocks sometimes only lasts like a week to maybe 2 to 3 weeks if you are doing things properly. Like you're taking care of yourself, you're not forcing yourself to do art too much, you're not being mean to yourself. Burnout is when you persist through that and then you can't come back for a long time. It did happen to me for a little bit, for I think like 2 years maybe. And it was brutal. But, and then I discovered VTubing. And I was like, let's try that. It'll be fun. It could be a good time. And thankfully, that reignited my love for art, and I got to come back for it. Art block is the cold, burnout can be long COVID. Yes, that is actually yeah. That's the way I see it anyway. Sometimes art block can also last a long time, but for the purposes of me explaining how I feel towards art, that's generally how I describe it and see it. Johnny, what did you think of it? I'm still in the beginning of the knowledge. It's quite good so far, but I'm very much in like the first chapter. I just started it. I know it's Dubs. I love painting minis. Painting minis is a lot of fun. I tend to make them little weirdos, if that makes sense. Like they're not just strong, cool creatures doing battle or people doing battle. A lot of the times, like one of the minis I did is just like a snake person offering someone a rat. It's meant to be a combat mini, but I was like, what if I made them offer a rat? And so he's just offering a rat. It's cute. Ben's just asking. Plus Fortnite's third-person shooter, but it's your choice, honey. Oh, thank you, Banjo. Yeah. Oh boy. I noticed recently that the paint schemes I do for iRacing, I'm basically having to teach myself graphic design work. That's good. Graphic design is hard. Nymph. For me, art block means I need to look more at things and study them without drawing for a bit. Jeff, it's like when your drill gets blocked by a layer of rock. You gotta step back and let the drill cool and switch out the head. Yeah. Whoa, rat be upon you. It does kind of look like that Eminem picture where he's throwing a rat at you. It's very fun. Can I offer you a rat in these trying times? That's the actual joke that me and my friends are making, Sindel. Happy weekend, honey and friends. Hello, Balnay. Welcome in. So many honey expressions there. There are many expressions here. And I'm hoping to really gently try doing art again. I'm gonna get some very soft, gentle art for me today. It'll be fun. But also, before I get too carried away, let me say thank you. And also do all the redeems because I forgot to do them right now. Oh, stretch. Can I suggest you sky surfing a pterodactyl to break your art block? So interestingly, Aquamarine, prompts don't really help me to break art block. That's just me. Some people love prompts, and absolutely nothing wrong with that. Prompts is like something I can do when I am really already out of art block. Like I am already in the groove and I have an idea and I can execute it really well. When I am experiencing art block, I will have an idea, but the execution won't feel good. At least that's what it's like right now. Little ear wiggle. Jasper, thank you for the 100 shinies. The reward may have been redeemed already, but I'm just remind everyone to hydrate because it's very, very important. And not hydrating sucks a lot. Don't dehydrate, be hydrated. Remember to hydrate. It is so, so important. It's really important. Also, Levi, thank you for the resub. Happy 11 months. Welcome back. Excellent. And the lament. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll take another one. What if you try drawing something you think is really funny? It's tough. I don't think I have particularly good comedic chops when it comes to making art, but maybe that's because I haven't practiced enough. Because a lot of art is just practicing and getting there, you know? Oh, Jasper, thank you for the posture check. So maybe I just haven't practiced it. It's an art form that I haven't mastered because I haven't tried enough. Oh, my art glove. There it is. It fell off. No. All right, we'll do little bites of food and little bites of art. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot I drew Jeff. Jeff's just like plunging out the ideas like a clogged toilet. That's why I'm drawing Vox or draw something easy to get rid of black. It me. It Jeff. It's a good drawing of Jeff. It's a good drawing of Jeff. No more art block. I still think I have art block, but here's the thing. I have not tried drawing in about a week. I've tried doing a little bit of work for Shimron's model because there's a couple things I need to draw real quick. And unfortunately, it was not coming out well. And so I was like, okay, I need to rest, not force it, because the more I force it, the worse it will get. What are you eating? Right now, I'm eating some chicken with barbecue sauce, beans, and turnips. I did make mozzarella today. I tried to make mozzarella anyways. The texture was not quite what I wanted. It was closer to like goat cheese. So I think I need to heat it up more when I am melting it so it forms together well. And get rid of more of the whey. And add more salt. It was not salty enough. Great, well, thank you for the 200 shinies. Honey, you got your plush yesterday. Taking you to the dream realm tonight. Ooh, let's go! I hope you have a lovely time out there. Enjoy the dream realm. Fresh mozzarella. Fresh mozzarella. Let me see if I can show y'all a picture. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I'm not spelling right. Because, like, I made mozzarella. And I cut it up and made, I don't know how to pronounce it. That is not it. Open image. Copy image. There we go. That's what I made today. I baked bread, made mozzarella, and then made the bruschetta. Plums that look nice. They look good. They're quite good. The cheese was more of a... I haven't quite mastered it yet, but this is my first time making cheese, so makes sense. It's not bad. The texture was a little too goat cheesy, so I might have made a couple errors there. But yeah, Mariak, I made mozzarella. It's technically mozzarella. It smelled like mozzarella. I needed to add more salt, remove more of the whey, and boil it a bit more at the end so that it became a little bit more stretchy and chewy. Because right now it's crumbly and almost like cream cheese where you could spread it on toast. So it wasn't too bad. Having pizza and soda party tonight to celebrate. Let's go! Enjoy your pizza party. Sometimes when I have burnout, I try something that I hate to learn something about that and get some new ideas. Yes, I hate modern reggaeton. Old ones are good. I trying something that you hate not getting good on it just to steal something good out of it. Maybe the little hate art might be good. Who knows? Who knows? Good enough for making chicken parm? No, 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 no. So I did not squeeze enough of the whey out when I was making it. So that just means it had too much water, meaning that it really would not melt well. So one of the big things when you're making cheese is depending on what kind of cheese you want, you have to take into account the moisture. So if you do the moisture poorly, it's not really going to come out in the way you'd like. I got mech drawing art. Nay, I shan't. I'm so bad at drawing mechs to the point where it's like, this might make my burnout worse. Can't wait for cheese making streams. It would be cool to make cheese making streams. I do not have. That's the Asaro head. I'm pulling up the reference. Pose. But yeah, I don't have the setup for it, but it would be cool. Yeah, none of these poses are what I'm looking for. That's fine. Hey, and I have to go. I'm getting really tired. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good one. Take it easy, DJ. You chill, do what you gotta, and have a good rest. I'm gonna do the same. Honey draws honey drawing mechs and having a terrible time. It would be so sad. I would be so frustrated. Let's have sitting at the edge of a pool. I feel like that could be fun. If you're doing hate art, can you make St. Carlos from the One Piece he's a bastard and raises? I do not know that. I am not making hate art. Why hate when you can love? Also, I don't know that character. I don't know One Piece. Part of me refuses to read One Piece because it's such a time commitment, and I'm like, I can do so much better things with my time. I've heard it's good, but I don't think I'm ready to commit to something like that. Is it bad time to remind you about your live post? Not at all. I mainly didn't make a going live post because I'm still trying to figure things out. So I've talked about it plenty, and I'll probably talk about it plenty now, but like I am not posting to Twitter anymore, with the exception of like announcements. But even then, I am mostly gonna be on Blue Sky. But here's the other thing. I can already see the writing on the wall of Blue Sky where it's like, it could be fine. And I don't think it's a good idea to put all of my work in one place. So this year, one of the things I want to do is set up a place where I can post all of my art without having to worry about content moderation or people sharing it and not sharing it, but like being hateful about it. So odds are it will probably not be on a social media site. I will probably try to find a more portfolio site where y'all can browse my work. Because right now I do have a portfolio site, but it is mostly for commissions. And I want to find something a little bit more personal where it can like kind of be a blog, but also a place to share sketches, but also a place to share my work. So it's I'm going back to the age of blogs, I think. Blue Sky has the potential to be Twitter too, unfortunately. That's the thing, is like whenever there is a social media, very unfortunately, I do not have faith that it will not cave to investors and keep adding stuff that no one needs. Because the honest truth is, you can only innovate so far until you lose the plot of what you were there for originally. Jeff, wait a minute. I'm back in Tumblr. Yeah, honestly, I've been going back to Tumblr, and because Tumblr is semi-curated as well, it's like, okay, this is not a bad place to be right now. As far as I have seen, but I haven't been spending too much time on social media either. Cuz it's getting difficult as an artist to even do commissions sometimes because of the way PayPal is moderating things. It had like a lot of payment processors, as far as I understand, with PayPal at the very least. If you even mention the word commission, not safe for work, or certain hot keywords, an AI could just flag it and completely shut down your account. So I don't think that's viable long term. So I'm trying to find a way that will work long term for me, you know? Yeah, so PayPal recently added a thing called reviews where you can respond to a review or an invoice and sort of leave praise, I guess. In theory, that's fine, but it's being used to flag artists who are doing commissions and potentially terminating their account and the person who reports them. So it's like, oh boy, that's just a nightmare in general. So I'm not worried about that. So it's against the artists. Yep. It is very tough. Like the thing with Itch, where it's like some people put their romance comics on Itch, and Itch started mass taking them down because of what they suspected was adult content, but may not have even been that. It might have just been LGBT, which some people automatically assume is adult content, which is like, that's not the case. But yeah, it is becoming difficult now. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do something of my own long term while not putting everything at risk, you know? Head needs to be a little bigger. There we go. A little more cartoony. Just remind that those who don't know their history are damned to repeat it. Yeah, it is really important to know history. The humanities and the arts are usually the first things to go, which is bad. Because they allow for critical thinking skills. Jeff leaving cash to drops and getting the JPEG in the mail. An old technique, perhaps a good one. Oh. Tending Voodoo, thank you for the 5 chips. Sorry, I took a bite of my dinner. Wait, what's that? Oh god, wait. 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 I have food in my mouth. Welcome on in, Cryptid. Hello, Immortal Witch. Thank you for the raid. I hope you were doing well. What were you up to? Oh god. Sorry, I'm chewing my dinner. What's up? Did I choose a bad time? Nah, I just took a bite of food. You're good. That's on me. I took too big of a bite. Welcome on. Oh, it's a treasure chain. Dang, that's what that is. Okay. It's 35% off. 5 plus gifted subs. Oh! Oh, gosh. Edward, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very, very much. But Immortal Rich, what were you all up to? Gasper, thank you for the 100 shinies and starting the train, I'm sure. Oh no, that was Tending Voodoo. Never mind. Blackbird, thank you for the 100 shinies. Returning to the primordial soup of Proto Tumblr. We're getting there. And also, thank you for the breathe. Please don't choke. But while you're at it, can you tell me why I can get you to hydrate? I will just take a sip. The redeems are on cooldown, so I'm not constantly drinking water and having to go to the bathroom. Remember, try to skip your subs for some reason. Lag Honey's model for reasons we do not understand. I don't know if it still does that. I don't know if it still does that. Go biz, girl. I'll go biz when I need to. I don't need to right now. Well, Rich, I was doing some art. I had plans to do Zelda today, but sadly my capture card decided not to work, so I decided to do some art. Got some art done in my mall. Ooh, nice! If you'd like to share, feel free to send a Discord link to it to one of the mods, or if you've already posted it to a social, feel free to send it to one of the mods, and then we can take a look. Because I love looking at other people's art. Art tax time. For some reason, I can't redeem 500 shinies to posture check. Ah, because it is on cooldown, I believe. So it should posture check soon. Because Jasper did it 14 minutes ago, and I think everything is set to 20-ish minutes to 30 minutes, depending on the redeem. Oh. Good stuff. Yeah, it's on a 10-minute cooldown. Thank you, Meta. Give me a sec, I'll send you one that I did previously, as the one I did tonight was a little spicy, so I had to use an overlay to hide what is working out. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Feel free to send it to one of the mods in a whisper. That's the best way to get it to them. There's a line in my book along that thread. Even if something doesn't affect you now, not taking action could mean trouble might come your way next. Yep. That is generally how it works, is just because something is not affecting you doesn't mean it won't soon. Not later, but soon. It's something to really keep in mind when it comes to making sure that everyone has a good life. You gotta make sure you fight for the rights, even of people you don't like, because people need to have the right to live safely and comfortably. Everyone. Monday's Child, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, raiders. How was your stream? GD Miri, thank you for the 5 gifted the gifted subs. My brain is everywhere right now. Let's see. Oh, you're playing Smooshy Come Home. Oh, yeah, that's the mushroom game, isn't it? It's very cute. I hope you had fun with it. How was it? And Johnny, thank you for the 100 shinies. Treasure for the treasure train. Also, hey, you're pretty cool. Oh, thank you, Johnny. Thank you very much. I'm just trying to do my best here. Take it nice and easy. Finish the game. Very cute and awesome. Oh, good! I've heard very good things, mainly about how cute it is. I'm glad it was fun. You're very cute. Thank you, Jasper. Thank you very much. Deltarune music. I still haven't played Deltarune. I'm thinking about it. And part of me is like, do I wait until Deltarune is fully done? Or do I just play now and then try to remember for the next time? And then I get busy with art, so I forget. But I'd wait. Okay. I got no problems waiting. I've already waited already. Because how many are out and how many will there be is the question. I think I'll make this shorter. There we go. I sent it to a mod. Oh, thank you, Immortal Witch. Think I'd honestly wait? 7. Oh, dang. I was able to grab my graphic novel in print form today. My order finally arrived. Let's go there! Congratulations! That's a big deal. One of my favorite games ever. There's 4 chapters right now. 1 and 2 are free. Oh, okay. Thank you, Myth. Took a while to find one that was shareable. No worries. Oh, this is lovely. Let me take a little look for this. So this was done by Immortal Rich. I made it. The canvas too small. There we go. Very nice. Ooh, we colored the lines. Nice. Okay. Very nice dynamic pose. I like how the shoulders and the hips are contrapposed. It's very nice. I think that looks good. Ooh, I see you got different. Oh, okay. So you have like the how do I explain this? Like the darkened part of the face here and on the cheeks as well as on the jaw. That is actually a trick that you can use to make the center of the face pop more. Looks good. Shadow King, you got the plushie. Let's go. Enjoy. Take care of it. It's my model in an alt business outfit compared to my normal outfit I wear. Oh, gotcha. Looks good. Very nice. I like that you got the hair flow really well down well. I struggle with this. So I struggle in adding these little sections here to break apart the silhouette. If you notice with my hair, the way I draw it, I usually draw it, also you probably saw it backwards because I realized that I had my canvas flipped. But like I always draw one solid piece and then pieces coming out of it. They don't usually loop back into each other because that's just how I draw my hair, you know? Got 3 different outfits. A formal dress, a biker outfit, and a business suit. Dang! That's almost all the occasions. But looks good. Thank you once again for sharing. Thank you very much. It's something I've learned in my 16 years I've been doing art. Dang. 16 years of art. Oh my gosh. That's a long time. I'm trying to remember how long I've been doing art. Oh, wow. I guess it depends on what you count as start doing art. Because I was doing, like, doodles when I was 8-ish. But I didn't really start doing it as a hobby until much later. This music sounds super familiar. I can't put a name on it. This is Undertale and Deltarune music, so I don't know specifically what song this is. It's just a 1 hour of relaxing Undertale and Deltarune music for studying, sleep, and work. Linus, how long have you been drawing? That's always a fun question you get to ask yourself is like, how long have I been doing this? Oh gosh. Rich, it's funny because I've seen you pop up on my socials and always wanted to come by, but I got shy to do so. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. It's always a little nerve-wracking meeting new people, definitely. But thank you. Thank you for trusting me with your community. I appreciate it. What if I put her on a well? Like a little broken well. Or do I want to do a pond? A little pond might be nicer. Let's do a little pond scene here. I'm just doing roughs right now. The perspective of this seat does not work as well as I'd like. Something like this might be a little better. Of course, I felt you shared the same vibes I did, so if my community could like my content, they'd love yours too. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Also, Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Zooch. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. And also, thank you all for the treasure train. Thank you very, very much. It's kind of you. What about broken well in a pond? Environmental storytelling. Ooh. You know, that might not be a bad idea. Maybe if I had the, like, broken well part here. And a little bit of the stones underwater. Let's see, perspective grid. Let's see, like this. Sorry, I'm squinting so that I can tell the perspective that I'm going to use. Very, very rough perspective. This is not polished in the slightest, but it's for fun. So I do it for fun. Horizon line, let's put it up here. I'm going to get rid of this. No pressure to finish this. I'm going to just do it. I love environmental storytelling. I love showing, not telling. Yeah, it is fun. I like it too. Danny Man, thank you for the earwiggles. Let's see. We'll do a little rough and then clean it up later. I might even just keep it sketchy. But yeah. I've been thinking a lot recently what I'm like, what do I want to do? because in terms of social media sites, part of it is necessary. And I'm not necessarily only Twitter, but like part of a social site in terms of being an artist is necessary. So I think expanding it to not just the Western sites might be a good idea. So not just a Twitter or a Blue Sky, but like maybe a Pixiv, you know? Looking for it might be good. But no guarantees. I will announce it with all my socials, and like if you want to verify if it's me, it will be in my Twitch socials. So if you're not sure, if there's someone else who's floating around calling themselves Honey Goblin, might not be me. Who knows? But I don't really care for Pixiv. That's fair. I haven't checked out the layouts for it, so I have no idea how good or bad any of this is. I like your art so far. Thank you. Thank you very much. Little roughs right now, taking it easy. Not really doing anything big or of consequence, just small stuff that will be something I want to see exist. Pixiv has a wide variety of art, but they also showed Gen AI art now, unfortunately. It's rough. Like, I'm trying to find places that are less likely to get scraped. Twitter has made it too easy. It's just not worth it. I'm not going to delete my Twitter simply because it's so that no one can pretend to be me and impersonate me to trick other people. So it's one of those things where it's like, people are like, delete your Twitter, and I'm like, there are some cases where you shouldn't post, but you shouldn't delete it. That way no one can impersonate you. Everyone will get scraped anymore? Yep, that is true. The open internet is probably going to get scraped. But if I can make it a little bit harder, then I will. Hey, Grandma. I hope you're having a good one too. I'm having an okay Friday. I'm just eating dinner right now. But I'm eating roasted turnips, chicken with barbecue sauce, bean and cheese, and carrots. It's pretty good. I made mozzarella and bruschetta and bread today. It was good. Hey, Chris, how's it going? How's doll making? You said I'm gonna try for 5K channel points? Sure, if you'd like to. No worries if you can't. That is okay. The head still needs to be bigger, I think. I think it's still too small. It's tricky because my proportions are becoming a little less goblin-y and a little more humanoid. And that's okay. But I wanna still keep the goblinoid. The little brick pattern. A little bit of wood here, because you know when wells have the wood to hold up the bucket. I'll put the rope around. Because I think that's some nice little environmental storytelling. How does the beam work? The beam usually goes across like this. Vanishing point of here. Thank you for the lecture, boy. Isn't most of your goblin details on the head? Yep, most of them are on the head. Microwave Q. Hi, you. Just usually a lurker, but I wanted to pop in and say your avatar is absolutely mesmerizing in its responsiveness and detail. Thank you. I made it myself. Oh my gosh, I made it like over a year ago. Dang. I'm really excited for y'all to see my new one. Haven't worked on it this week because I've been resting from art block, but it's very good. It's very, very good. I'm very excited for y'all to see how my skills have improved. Chris, I've been doing good. Finished the pre-thrift store doll about 2 weeks ago. Nice. Oh, get back in there. Looks like a somber piece. Hope Honey's okay in this one. Thank you. I'm definitely in an art blocky place, but I don't think that's necessarily like the worst thing ever. It definitely is tiring though. To have art block can be really tiring. Y'all ain't ready for Honey's next model. Oh no. Y'all are not ready for it, and that's okay. It's the fun surprise of it. Lelouch, thank you for the hydrate. Game Lycan, thank you for the posture check. Jasper, I'm not ready for anything. Are you sure about that? Let's see. There's no bottom to the well, but I do like the idea of the water seeping and spilling out of it. Yeah, something a little higher might be good. I'm thinking about adding some trees up here, like foliage. A little bit of foliage here. Just leading the eye into Fibonacci. I know it's not the actual Fibonacci, but like generally adding the curves that lead into it. Just something over here, a little bit of bushes. Maybe some young trees. God, Rust, thank you. Your next model hiding in a honeypot and slowly peeking out of it would be cute and funny, but no, it's a full model. Drizzy, I just lurk here? Yeah, take it easy. Enjoy your lurk, you know? That's cute Lime's emote. Wes, Connie, what are you drawing? I'm just drawing myself sitting in a broken, kind of crumbling well. Taking it real easy and just chilling. Because I do have art blocks, so I'm trying to be nice to myself, you know? Sometimes it can be hard to be nice to yourself, especially when you're going through a rough art time. But it's really important to do so. Alright, let's do a little corrective pass. I gotta eat my dinner. Can't let it sit. Next one will be Honey wearing an Abe Sapien cosplay. Become Gob Maid. Gob Mermaid. Mergob? But yeah, interestingly, I only have this model planned for the next little while. Who knows? Maybe once I finish it, I'll want to make a new one all over again. And the cycle continues. I have this well not too far from where I live, and it's at the top of a hill, so when I walk up to it, I like to bring my drawing pad and pencil and draw the view I see in front of me while I think on my thoughts. That sounds lovely. I think that's nice. Just having a little time to yourself. Not bad. There we go. Game like, and thanks for the posture check. Your VTuber model's rigging is crazy good if it's mimicking you chewing food. Oh, thank you, Geyser. Yeah. Sorry, I'm eating dinner while I draw. But yeah, thank you. I drew, designed, and rigged it myself, so I'm glad you like it. I'm in a bit of an art block right now, so I'm trying to figure out how I can get out of it. Because nothing I'm drawing is really coming out quite right. No. Maybe I'll forget about the face for a bit. Or I'll draw it on a separate layer. Maybe that'll help. So peaceful looking? Thank you. Excuse me. Maybe a pouty face? Let's see. Why would I be having a pouty face at a river? I'm trying to think. So instead of just going like, oh, I'm going to draw a sad face or a happy face, I kind of have to think about what the character is thinking while they're in this space. So not like, oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm happy. It's just like, oh, I miss my friends. I'm terribly lonely. I'm upset that I didn't finish this work in time, you know? Sort of the motivation more than the emotion, if that makes sense. Dropped a soup in the river. No! That would lead to panic for me. Just like panic and then acceptance. Go through the 7 stages of grief and then immediately just go to acceptance. Okay. Sorry, artist. This is I think it's Deltarune song. Do not know which one though. Retrieve the river soup. Easy. Nay. Nay, I shan't. If the river has the soup, it's the river's soup. It's not my soup anymore. I know when I'm by a river or pond, I can feel peaceful. Water is very calming, and I enjoy it quite a bit. It can also be very, very alarming sometimes. Like if you hear water rushing, sometimes they go on edge. That might just be me. I don't have the goblin ratio, the gold ratio. I think I've heard of it, but I don't know if I actually know it. So feel free to enlighten me. She dropped her cotton candy in the pond. She was trying to wash it. She wanted to make sure it was clean. No. Remember to flip your canvas. She tried washing cotton candy. Yeah, like that little raccoon gif. Also, good night, Zimmer. Have a good sleep. Congrats again on the comic. What does flipping the canvas do? So, one of the reasons a lot of the artist advice is to flip the canvas is because when your eyes are working on a piece, your eyes get used to what you are seeing. So, someone else might see this as wrong. So, like I'll draw the eyes here. And my brain goes like, okay, they're looking in the right direction. If I flip it, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This eye's looking up here while this eye's looking down. So it's just a way of mixing it up on your brain so you don't get too comfortable when you're looking at things. It can help you to notice mistakes before they actually happen. I guess unlabeled layers. No, my layers! I need those! I need those to be labeled! There we go. This might help a little bit. Have a good time getting food, Joy Boy. Why? Why wash the cotton candy? Dirty. What if it's dirty? Jasper, thank you for the 100 shinies. I must unawake so I may unsleep on time for the tire mines. Have a wonderful rest of stream all. Hope your wrist is feeling better, honey. Everyone, quick, tell honey she's a cutie patootie. Overwhelm her with love. Do it. Get things by. Take it easy, Jasper. Good luck in the tire mines tomorrow. I hope your back is all right. You get some rest, Jasper. It's always good to hear from you. Thank you. All right. If you're interested, I can update you on my book progress. Sure. Is it? What kind of book is it? I'm curious. You know, I love and hate the growing part of art, says Meta. On the one hand, my art is improving. Yay. On the other hand, it looks ugly for a couple months. Well, it's better to grow than not. But yeah, everyone has different stages where they love and hate their art. Well, not everyone. Some people just love their art constantly. That's okay. Everyone has growing pains? Yeah. Growing pains can be really tough as an artist because a lot of our self-worth is tied up in our art. Gotta kind of unhook your art from your ego sometimes. It's so difficult. Goppo ASMR. Sometimes it's a smooth process and sometimes you get called crazy because you yelled at a drawing tablet for hours on end. Why is yelling obscenities at inanimate objects a bad thing? Well, I wouldn't recommend it personally. Because it's not necessarily the object's fault that you can't make art. The object is just doing exactly as it's told. You just might not know how to input the right commands with your arms. It's also scary when people get angry like that sometimes. But when you can do it alone, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Hey, Megas. Joba, perhaps try reading something. That way you can pick it up and put it down while something cooks. It's sci-fi fantasy. Nanobot apocalypse reverts society back to the medieval ages. Interesting. That sounds kind of neat. Crystals. It's funny for me personally, like the way my old dolls look sometimes. Less complicated, more simple and appealing sometimes. There is definitely a growing pain when you start making things where it's like, okay, you become more ambitious, and so the scale of your project changes, but then that means your skill might not have caught up to your ambitions. So that can be a little tricky. I've definitely had that happen before. But it's not impossible to overcome. You can absolutely keep learning and growing and doing what you want and getting more complicated and less complicated. It's a practice thing. When your current skill isn't caught up with your expectations. Yep. It can be really brutal on your mental health. And it's not really your fault. It's just the way it is sometimes. It's not impossible to overcome, but it can be really rough on your mental. With all of it, I'm doing just because. Yep, sometimes doing it just because is the best reason to do something. Especially when it comes to art. It's just like, I wouldn't just want to try drawing my OCs. Because why not? And it's like, yes, that's good. The tough thing with listening to music is now my brain is like, ooh, I want to draw a different kind of pose, like stargazing. And it's like, I can do that. Just focus on one piece first. Focus on one first and finish it. Not even finish it, just like get the sketch out. Can you believe it? Free run just a week. Free run a week away. I do hope it is a weekly release. I do hope they don't just drop it all at once. I would much rather have it released slowly and then watch it as it comes out. I miss weekly releases, allowing things to grow and change and slow burn, you know? As much as I would not like to wait, I agree. Yeah. I don't want to wait, but also I know it's good for me. The anticipation, the looking forward to something feels all the sweeter when I don't watch things all at once. Honestly, binging Free Run seems like a violation of its themes. Kind of, yeah. I think the most I watched was like 3 free run episodes in a row, and that might have been because I was sick or just depressed and I needed something to lift my spirits. But I think that's fine. Let me draw a close. Honey, sorry I haven't been on Twitch in a while. I've been remaking my VTuber model because I found out my voice changer so I can make my voice match my model. Oh, nice. I hope you get a voice that, like, fits yours, you know? If it's released all at once, it's bound to not have people jump to spoil, which makes me not want to race to watch it. Yes. Joyboy, I saw ADHD I being with a live stream on my phone and YouTube on the same person on the TV. Yep. I have definitely had that. The best thing I have found working is like slowly, instead of be on phone and having music in the background, just chill, read manga. Doesn't have to be a novel or a book. Start with manga. Start with a comic and manga and just sit down and read that for a little bit. And then after you read it, just sit there for 5-10 minutes, chill, go do something else. Doesn't work for everybody, but it feels nice when I do it. Where it's just I read, I chill for a second, and then go do something else, you know? Are you just listening to music intros and making art? Yeah, pretty much. Watching Dan on a weekly basis was very satisfying. Yeah. If it's all released at once, it's bound to have people jump to spoil, which makes me not want to race to watch it. Yeah. That's the other thing where... Also, Steel Turtle, thank you for the breathe. That's the other thing for me where if people are racing to spoil it, I am just not going to go on social media. Social media has become very rough for that reason. Social media is not fun anymore because it is not built to support communities. It is built to advertise to people. And that is not the same thing. Once again, it is as soon as brands join, it is the downfall of a community. As soon as someone is trying to sell you something, it is not a community. You are now people to market to. So it's not the same. There can be communities within it, but that is not how it feels anymore. You know? I'm at the point in my art journey where ambition is much stronger than my skill of consistency. Freaking posing and dynamicism is what I'm struggling against. If you keep practicing it, it will eventually come. And if it's not working, try looking up some tutorials and looking at different sources. Start with Witch Hat Atelier. You weren't good at it. Yeah, that's what I've been reading recently is Witch Hat. People 100% do it for reactions. Rage gets views and interactions. Jump to the last episode, skim and spoil it. Yeah. Which is why I don't really want to spend too much of my time on social media, which is the nice thing about Blue Sky, is I can very much curate it to just be people I follow, artists I would like to see. It is really nice. Granted, here's the thing, unfortunately, I don't think it will last forever. Like, it might, and that would be great. But knowing how things go with social media sites, each one of them falls eventually. Too tired, gonna cut down and burr. Yeah, take it easy, Joy Boy. You might be overstimulating yourself to avoid something, so try to see what you're avoiding. Oh, Johnny, thank you for the hydrate. Perfect timing. And posture check. So yeah, that's one of the things I want to do this year. I'll share one of my goals is to create a website that I don't have to worry about migrating from. Not a social media website, basically just like trying to make like something that is not a portfolio, but a place that I can share my art, my little doodles, blog about the recipes I try, just bringing back the era of blogs, I think. And it may not work because everyone is used to very quick, easy surfing and content that way. But I think for my own brain, having one central hub that will not be taken down or flagged because it's attached to a payment processor is the best way to do things. You know, the goblog. Eventually Twitch will fall and we will have to daisy chain through social media to follow you. Pretty much. That is pretty much what's going to happen eventually. You don't know when, but it will. Sort of like an online art gallery. Yeah. Just like my own website that is not a business site. Because I already have that. I have a commission site, and I don't want to merge the two. I want something for work and something for me. And that's kind of the goal. Portfolio site when? Hopefully 2026, that is the goal. That's really my New Year's resolution this year. I set my resolutions very low and achievable so that I can fulfill them, but also get excited because I can make more goals. But one of them is to create a site and learn how to program it using either HTML or whatever to make it look the way I want. I think it would be good. Hatsune Miku, if you did turn it up, honey, thank you. Hatsune Miku, Vampire is a good one. Like last year's when you just wanted to download Blender. Yep. My last year's goal was download Blender. Really achievable goal, and I did it. It did take me several months, but I did it. That's the thing, like, and undiagnosed ADHD make things tricky sometimes. But it just means that I got to set my goals to an achievable pace, if that makes sense. You can also set it up so the other two websites connect to each other or same domain. Yep, absolutely. I would like to have them all connect to each other, but not be showcasing both things. Like, I don't want to advertise... I don't want to have to treat my blog website as a portfolio site. I can have a link off of it to a portfolio site, but I don't want it to be in the same place. My titties are not that large. I got pretty B cups, actually. Coding language is a heck of a learning curve. Not impossible, so I am gonna try. I have learned a lot of things through DIY and looking things up. And if I need a jump start, I will take a class, because I am tired of not knowing things and then needing to know things. So I'd rather know the things and then do it before I need to know. You see it every time you draw a chest? Because my habit is to draw them more exaggerated and cartoony. It's like, no, my cups are small. I got little teenies. See you later, Press Dolls. Take it easy. Ooh, Stitch. I hope you're enjoying your ponytail. It's fun to tie your hair up. I like getting the hair on my face, which is why I'm like, I like having bangs, but perhaps I will grow them. I think a little lower. Trying to figure out the proportions for this. I think the belly button would be lower. Something like this? Yeah. Tumby. I got a pretty small tummy. I've got like a runner's body, but like everyone has body fat there. That's one of the most frustrating things about the anime body type that I find is it is not impossible to have an anime body type. But it is not as common as you would think. People with runner's bodies often have body fat still. Maybe a low body fat, but we still have body fat. Because otherwise our bodies wouldn't be able to stretch. It's so much nicer than having hair growing in my ear and tickling my ear holes. Yeah. It's nice to have ponytails. Gotta get tummy pudge. Really want to be able to run for long distances. Yeah, it's tricky, and it's definitely something that I'm very fortunate my parents trained into me when I was a kid. But it definitely takes a lot of training. Not to discourage you, but it's to let you know that like even if you don't feel like you're seeing results, your body will be changing and adjusting for it. So it's good. Bike for 30 minutes without getting winded. That's great. That's a long time. Myth cup small, cannot hold much water. Hydrators in shambles. It's the diet that many Japanese folks are on that get in the stomach. Kinda, but I don't. Here's the other thing is like a lot of the times, this is something to keep in mind, we all have biases. And when a culture shames you for looking a particular way or having a particular body type, you might not notice that you see them less. So sometimes people go, oh, everyone in Japan is thin. Everyone, like, there's no one fat in Japan. It's like, that's not true. There absolutely are plus-sized people. They are just often not as visible because they don't do things that would make them more visible. Because if you are shamed for being of a certain body type, you are more likely to avoid places where you are going to be shamed, which is usually very public, visible places. So that is actually something to consider, is like, not that they don't exist, but that they just might not be seen or even noticed by people. So do keep that in mind when you're looking around and going like, oh, Japan is this, Japan is that. It's like people have diverse body types everywhere. Everywhere. There's also a level of propaganda that you have to be careful of. It's just like, how much of this is propaganda? Where it's like, oh, this culture is so advanced. This culture has such good standards for this. It's like, how much of this is propaganda and how much of this is like an actual scientific study that has no biases? It reminds me, didn't they say in your high school weight training class, they said you were unhealthy even though you were the strongest in the class? So no, thankfully I was very fortunate with my high school experience where I joined a sports training class. And I was very strong because I had multiple sports going on at the same time and they were high performance. So I joined the weight training class in high school, which is majority guys. There were only like 4 girls. The rest were guys. And I was very strong and heavier because I had so much muscle. But I also had my teenager fat, which everyone has. And so my BMI, I think at the time read, I think it was like 32%. And part of that was everyone has body fat. Also, typically femme bodies have breasts and extra fat around the hips and buttocks. as well as tummy. So BMI is not really indicative of health. It is not indicative of health at all. It's just how much fat you have. And how much fat you have does not necessarily mean how healthy you are. That's just like something to consider. Like I'm very fortunate that like no one ever made fun of me for the way I looked. No one ever was like, "Oh, her BMI is so high." So like no, everyone was really respectful and chill and they were like, "Yeah, this is kind of bullshit." 32. Yeah. So I used to have so I say this often cuz I like sometimes it's a bit of a realization, but I currently have B cups, but I used to have D cups in high school. But at the same time, I was not overweight either because I was doing four sports at the same time and they were all running sports and my main thing was sprinting and speed. Like bodies change. Bodies are very very diverse and they change a whole bunch of ways. I really nerfed you. It was the only person who potentially kind of brought attention to my body was actually my mother at one point. And this is not something that she did in any malicious way. Like, I love my mom. She meant good intentions. But even though I was getting some of the highest test scores on the fitness tests, because I had a large chest and I wore baggy t-shirts when I worked out, she was like, "You might need to wear something more form-fitting because when you wear baggy t-shirts, it makes you look wider." And it's because when you're running and you have D cups, they bounce a lot more. So it looks like you have a lot of extra fat. So it gives the illusion that you are unfit, even if you are outrunning everyone on the field. So it's just like, man, the biases of your generation, mother. I'm so sorry. Like, I need to stress, like, my body type as a teenager, this is closer to my current body type. But my body type as a teenager, if this is me currently, no, not like this, not like the cartoony. My current body type is like this, like little titties. That's kind of my current body type. Teenage me was like this because I had bigger arms and I was doing so much chest exercises and high intensity exercises and weightlifting that like I looked wider. It was very funny. My legs were also much thicker. So I've considerably shrunk because I am not doing that many sports anymore. Honey was a Dragon Ball Z character. Yeah, it was like that pretty much until I finished uni. And then the pandemic hit. And so I basically got a sedentary job, meaning a job where you sit and don't go outside. So I have pretty much just shrunk down to what my body type is as a runner. Since I'm not doing any muscle lifting or anything now. Pectoral muscles can increase overall breast size, but also makes you wider. Yes, absolutely, yeah. Of course you didn't get picked on. They were fucking afraid. Yeah, it was very funny. It it's funny because it's kind of true. One of my friends was talking to me when I was a kid because I was like this when I was like in grade 7. And I was like, why do the other girls not want to hang out with me? Like they don't really talk to me very much. What am I doing wrong? And this is my other friend who was also doing all the sports that I was doing, who was way more talkative. She was like, "Oh, they think you try too hard in sports class." And I'm like, "What?" But that's fun. That's the fun part. I get to be good at this and have fun with it. And she was like, "Yeah, the other girls don't like that." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not gonna hang out with them then. Gonna lift a truck or something." Yeah. But yeah. So I have shrunk down considerably now. You really were a DBZ character. Yeah. Yeah. Honey suffering from just being too good. Suffering from success. School be like that. They just hate to see a girly be successful. I think here's the funny thing. One of the girls that I think all didn't like that I tried so hard. Ended up in my gym class in high school because I knew her from elementary school, and I remember we were doing like the my fitness test, and I kept lapping her, and I was like, "Come on, you can do it, you can do it," and she was like, "No, I can't. This sucks. I can't do it." And I was like, "You're so close. You're so close." So I was trying to cheer her on while I was doing sports class. With on your no, no, no. I was not doing that. I was definitely just going like, "You got this. You're so close. You only have 3 more laps. You got this." But yeah. Oh, hey, Speeder, what's up? You do exercise? I used to run. I hated it at first, but eventually became kind of relaxing. Like, it's still exhausting, mentally relaxing. I want to try it again sometime. It's really good. Exercising is really good. And honestly, I have. The panini really did mess me up in terms of like my physical fitness. And I'm trying to get it back, but it's also like realizing that your life has changed in such and like for like the past 5 years ish, things have happened in such a way where it's like I don't know what's going on. I feel like part of my life has been kind of stolen from me, but like at the same time I understand why. So I'm not like, oh, we shouldn't have done this. No, it's the thing that needed to happen. Like self isolating and being careful about it. It's the thing that was really important. But yeah, I did not expect Honey to be built like Jolene. No, no, no. I am not as thin as Jolene. I was more like, because Jolene is very like slim and lithe. Who's a character that I'm more built like? Jojo. Let's see, because like the JoJo women are not super beefy. They're defined and they're strong, but they're also still thin, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it. Because yeah, Jolene is very like lithe and elegant. Jotaro Act 3. Maybe not as triangular shaped, more square, but yeah. You still look muscular from that now drawing when seeing mostly skin and bone. There's muscle there. Yep, absolutely. I've definitely softened, and that's okay. Part of getting older is like not necessarily accepting that your body is going to soft, but like accepting that your body will slowly do less than what it used to be able to do. You can absolutely work on prolonging the ability of your body, but in trying to chase what you used to be able to do, you will just find yourself disappointed, I think. But then again, some people don't. I kind of have to be a little more gentle with my body now. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe a bit like Vargas from Fate. Not quite like that. Not quite like that. She was extra curvy. No. I'm trying to think of who. Vargas has like titties. Titties, breast and boobily. Xena Warrior Princess? Not that tall, but maybe a little closer. Even my thighs are not this thick. Ah well. Lean beef patty. Maybe now I'm a lot more lean, but like, was definitely thicker as a kid. Thick thighs save lives. All thighs are pretty nice, honestly. Let's see. trying to remember the shortcuts for drawing feet. I don't want to draw feet. Close. Meta means lean beef patty, the content creator. Nagatoro, that body type? Nagatoro. Isn't that the character that bullies the nerd? The one character who bullies? I don't think she's quite thin. Bear, thank you for the 100 Chinese. And Zendel, thank you for the earwiggles. And I got honey to look up Vargas time. Like, and I feel you on the shrinking thing, honey. I went from being able to carry 250 pounds to walk marathon distances every other day, and then after a hit, I atrophied so bad I couldn't lift 2 pounds. Getting back, but it took decades to get there, so it may take a decade yet to go back. Family metabolism is strong. I used to be able to bench press 90 pounds? Was it 90 pounds? Or maybe like 75. It might have been 90, but like that might have been just at the peak. But yeah, nowadays I'm like, maybe I'll just do 60 to 70. It happens. Stitch, speaking of body, when I was in junior high in music class, it was free day and the teacher had us play Simon Says. He says, Simon Says, first person to hand me their shirt wins all. The boys took their shirts off, including me, ran in our shirts, and when I got back, I swear the girls in my group commented about abs, and I was barely muscling my belly and just belly mass, and I was like, what are you talking about in my head? What a weird thing for the teacher to do. That sounds like such a strange thing for a teacher to do. The teacher to go like, ah, yes, the first person to give me their shirt wins. It's just like, what? Are you... What? Tom McQuaid, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. How you doing? Or then you start going on walks and easing to jogging. Yeah, going on walks is a great idea. It's good for your brain, too. He's like my dad, he's a goofball. Alright. Doing great. How are you? I'm doing alright. I'm just chilling. How was your art stream? Welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Honey. We are just drawing something really soft and gentle so I can get out of art block. Because I've had art block the past week and I am doing my best just to break out of it. But yeah, if you have art to share, feel free to share it with one of the mods as a Discord link and whisper to them. That would be great. It was good. Also, I have art block for like a week. Same. I am just working to get out of it right now. It's like, oh gosh, am I going to be able to do this? And so I am doing my best. So we're just drawing myself in a pond. And honestly, that's the best I can hope for right now. This music is so chaotic. What is happening in it? Atomic, I applaud you. Thank you. Catastrophic yapping and doodles and show chat. Ooh, let me see. Let's see. Show chat. There we go. Ooh, I see the Dragonborn. Very cool. Ooh, that looks good. Very nice poses, Bear. I love art. I love art. I've been avoiding it for the past week. I tried doing a little bit of work, but that just made it worse, so I am glad that trying to come back to it has been nice, and I've been really gentle with myself, and it's been going good. It's so hard when you're like, oh, I would love to work, but then as soon as you try to work, the work that comes out is bad, and you're like, oh, This is hitting wrong. Oh boy. So this is nice. This is a good sign for me. Hoping it keeps going in this direction. If it doesn't, that's fine. It's fine. Gonna be nice to ourselves about it. Because playing Minecraft is fun. And I would like to get back to doing art. Like, do I message anyone specific? You can absolutely message to Johnny, Myth, or Meta. Mithrandir and Meta Fallout. Never comes out right when you try to force it. Same goes for writing. Yeah. It is tough. There we go. Spitter, one thing I like to do when I hate everything I draw, I take a piece of art from like anywhere from 6 months ago to 2 years at most and redraw it. Reassures myself that I'm in fact not getting worse. Yeah. That's a nice one to do. It's just like an art redraw. It's very, very helpful. For some reason, like for me, I have nothing I have been envisioning comes out correctly, and so we are in different territory now. Let's draw. Oop, get back here. Let's draw the background. Are wiggles available? Not right now. Everwatcher, thank you for the hydrate. Someone already redeemed them. I did some gesture drawing today to shake off the rust, and weirdly it helped. Like, no perfectionism, no brain, just art fast. That can absolutely help a lot of the times. I tried that, and it was fine, but I just got so tired afterwards that I was like, okay, I need to take a break. I'm just doing very general shapes. Nothing super defined or super complex, just easy peasy art for now. Easy breezy. Blood Asp, thank you for the posture check. She thinks she could use some chocolate. Something nice and chill. Something like a snack. No, that song, the previous song, I don't know what it's called, but it's by Miku. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know how to do that one. Fiji reminds me of Fallout a bit. Really? Thank you for the breathe redeem. Yeah, I'm doing all right today. I'm getting back into it, so I'm taking it easy. Take a little bite of my dinner. One sec, I'm just messaging someone real quick. Better, honey. Art looking good today? Thank you. It's feeling a lot better than it was a week ago. It's still feeling a little rough, but it definitely feels better. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but y'all can see. If I put it here, this was last week's art. It didn't quite feel right. I wasn't getting the proportions of the face correct. Everything felt rough and scratchy. But this week feels a lot better. Who would have guessed taking it easy and trying to nurture yourself for a little bit made it better? Who would have guessed? The image you're making so far is really cute. Thank you. I'm trying to get back into it. I say that a lot, but it's sort of have to convince myself of like, it's okay that you took a break. The reason you're drawing good right now is because you took a break for several days. It's okay. Don't be mean to yourself. Your lines definitely look more certain now. Thank you, Snail Space. They definitely feel a lot more certain, and it's really nice. Let me eat a little turnip. You would have because you did. It's hard to accept that. Absolutely not saying you're wrong. It's just there is a... Oh, that line was good. There is a very tough feeling oftentimes as an artist where it's like I'm not physically sick. Why can I not draw correctly? Why is nothing showing up correctly? And the answer is really tough because it's like it's not that you're doing something wrong, it's just you need to rest. Unfortunately, art is one of those things that takes time and rest and effort to recover and get back. You're not going to get it back if you push it. The more you push it, the actually worse it will get. Sometimes a break is just needed. It's annoying. Absolutely, yeah. It's especially rough when it's just like, I have work I would like to do. I have a schedule I'd like to keep. Thankfully, I do overshoot my deadlines just in cases of these. But even when I overshoot my deadlines, my brain is still mean to me where I'm like, "Ooh, I do have time. I have time to rest. So take the time now so that you can recover faster." My brain protests. It's like, "No, you have to do it," which is why I got one of my friends to come over and teach me how to paint models because I was like, "Please help me." Help me. I'm not supposed to be doing art for a couple days because if I do, it gets worse. And they were very kind, and I made mozzarella and they made the bruschetta for today, and I made bread, and I got to just chill and paint models. It was good for me. There ain't nothing wrong with some good old-fashioned rest and break. Yeah. Minecraft break fixes everything. Minecraft breaks are genuinely very helpful. I do like playing Minecraft and taking little breaks like that. It's very helpful for me. Hmm. I am loosey-goosey, willy-nilly drawing this, so it is not perfectly correct. That is okay. That's me. I need non-computer based hobbies, so I let my fiance convince me to build Gundam models with him. It really helps having a model that, or not a model, a hobby that is not at the same places where you work. Like your same workstation. It is really important to make sure that it isn't like that. Paint models like D&D minis? Yeah, I got my friend to teach me how to paint some minis, so I've been painting Frostgrave minis right now. They're going pretty good. I got them primed now and I'm ready. Yeah, it is good to take breaks sometimes. Glad you're taking the time to take care of yourself. Thank you, Vander. Thank you very much. Definitely with tails. You can do so many awesome poses with the tail. Don't overburn yourself to death or at all. We're not ready for you to get isekai'd. Yeah, I don't want to. I got a lot of cool things in this life, and I would like to live it, you know? I like the image of the fluffy cat one rather than, say, a panther one. Can I get your opinion on something? For fantasy feline humanoid race, cat girls with or without tails, which is better or more cute? I like with tails. Genuinely, I think it's a nice little detail that's just like, oh, they're very good at balancing because they have a tail to help. I think it's neat. Spoody's right. You can absolutely add more expression with tails. They can really help to push a pose or an expression. Yes, it is creative block. I like the image with the fluffy cat one rather than the panther one. Oh, my bad. I already read that. Is it just fantasy music now? Because if that's what it makes me extremely happy, because my main calming music, fantasy tavern music. I love this song. It's called Dammy Dammy. It's a song, it's a Hoyoverse song, if I'm not mistaken. It's really good. Gilver, Honey Plushie turned out great. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I worked hard on the design. I actually, while I was on vacation, I was working on the plushies with Makeship, and I was like, okay, this is the design. This is how I want it to be. And they were like, okay, we can do this, but we can't do this. And I'm like, understandable. Let me readjust. They were very, very good at explaining what I needed to adjust, and it was very kind of them. I really got into Bardcore there for a few months last year. Love Bardcore. I was hanging with my homies the other day, and I was like, you know what? What if I just ran a tavern? What if I just went back to running a tavern? Wouldn't that be nice? I would like to make soup and bread and sell it for like $5 and be like, you can't complain. It's $5 for soup and bread. Enjoy. Is there variety? Yes. Can you see a large variety? No. Right now I'm hungry. Get some food in ya. If you're hungry, it's because you haven't eaten enough. Special is boiled spinach with pork. Variety soup and bread. Honestly, I would love to run a little tavern and have it like be actual peasant core food. Like historical peasant core food. Alright, plants time. Actually, let's do let's do the grayscale. Still there, Gilver. Y'all have a good time too. But yeah, if it's 6 a.m., dang. You gotta be up early. Soups, broth, stews, and a lot of porridges, and making leftover stews into pies. Yeah. Historical peasant food was a lot of soup and bread. Meat was a luxury, so it was mostly vegetables, and the broth was just water. Yeah. I would like to make it a little tastier than that, but something along those lines. Tastier? Saffron. They love putting saffron in everything. Saffron's expensive nowadays, though. Saffron's an expensive spice. Such a good saffron. It was far cheaper back then. Makes sense. Mouse just got a whole brighter for a second because the lightning bolt just went off a solid half a mile away. Mile and a half away. Jeez. Be careful. No one go outside. Make sure you guys have your backup batteries ready in case power goes out. Surprised you're not just using the lasso fill tool. There's the lasso fill tool? What the heck? High cholesterol was much bigger problem. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Meta. High cholesterol is a much bigger problem than you'd think back then, especially among nobility, because of all the salt used to preserve the meat they ate. Oh, the salt would add to it. You know, that makes sense. Honey, have you heard of Neurosama, top VTuber on Twitch? Just curious. Yes, I have heard of Neurosama. I don't know too much about Neurosama, but from what I've seen, it's interesting, at least. Now you probably mean actual tavern, but like the talk made me think of it. There's a bunch of tavern-based Sims game. Played one with my fiance a while back, and I'm really annoyed he's not in the mood to play it. It was goofy. Ah, there are a lot of tavern games. I did play one, which is, I think it was called like Tavern Keeper, and it's good. It did activate my like customer service PTSD, where it's just like, oh gosh, people are ordering. There's 15 things to take care of. No one's doing what they're supposed to do. Ugh. Yeah, it was rough, but doesn't mean it was a bad game. Just not really for me. Thing you can download, so it's just the lasso tool options. Oh, I could have sworn I downloaded that. I just never went around to getting used to it. Got an interesting idea. Imagine a cat girl and boy this next level fencer because their inhuman mastery of balance thanks to their tail. Maybe even using their tail to fence as well as catch an opponent off guard. That could be fun. Prehensile tail especially could be extremely fun. Let me take a little bite of my dinner because I gotta eat. There's the paint bucket options. Not yet, I don't think. I might have to add it in. Woohoo! Best friend monitoring? Yeah, it's best friend monitoring. Good here. Please turn up the music. It's Hatsune Miku. Sure, I'll turn the music up a little bit. A little louder me for Miku. But Spangler, this is myself. I'm drawing myself just sitting in a pond right now. I'm gonna add some water and plants. It's just a nice little chill scene, I think. Gotta turn this down so I can see the plants. There we go. Let's see, let's start with the lily pads. Maybe I'd do better if I used the ellipse tool. Yeah, it's definitely a lot flatter here. There we go. Oh, man. We're here to chill, Swag Master. We're just doing art and taking it easy. So, you're more than welcome to chill and take it easy. We don't give commands here. That was a joke. And so was mine. I feel like I looked away for 2 seconds and you conjured the drawing like magic. Thank you, Mossy Elise. It took a second, but I'm glad my brain somehow managed to come out of art block. That reminds me, I remember seeing a trailer for the Goblin game a while called Goblin Cleanup from the looks of it. I remember kind of double taking when I first saw it. I remember I've seen it. I think a couple people have played it. I haven't played Goblin Cleanup before. I don't know if it's quite my type of game, but that's alright. Is there lag? Oh, dang. Also, hi, Shimron. How's it going? I feel like artists are sort of a modern day wizard. Always need to see someone just take a blank canvas and turn it into something fantastic. Definitely takes a lot of practice. It's tricky. There's a hidden check that streamers was passed to earn a 10 out of 10. That check is Vocaloid. Let's go. Be French. I don't know. It's a weird night. It is a strange night, but that's alright. Nights can be strange sometimes. That's alright. Oh, shoot. That would have been a good place for a little bit more of a stone. Maybe, yeah. Maybe I'll add a stone there. Probably gonna keep this as grayscale. Not gonna stress my brain out too much with color, but it's looking pretty good so far. Plebeian, thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Recovering from cold, but better than I was 2 days ago. And being a wizard takes a lot of study, you know? I hope you're feeling better, and I'm glad you are recovering. Because, yeah, getting sick is very frustrating. I know the feeling, especially when you want to be doing other things. I had art block for the past week, and so I've been trying to do as much as I can, but then my brain is like, no, you don't want to do art. And it's like, I do want to do art. Please, let me work. Been doing his best. Pestle, I like being sick. I get off work. I hope you're doing well, Pestle, and you're not sick, but also you get time off work, because that's good for you. Speaking of wizards, saw a writing prompt a while ago. TR wizards set up shop in Abandoned Tower and just kind of wander around using towers as outpost. Local princess locked in a wizard tower learns the arcane arts and gets revenge on those who locked her in a tower. Ooh, that sounds fun. That sounds like a neat prompt, honestly. Let's make these a little lighter. A little less drastic. And then for the water, we can put it... We'll put it underneath the well layer. And then we're gonna make a gradient. Whoa. Not what I meant to do, but neat that I did that. I was just gonna get it grayscaled for a little bit. A little bit of a dark well. Yeah. Thank you, Banjo. What happens when two Gorgons meet each other? They get stoned. Okay, I got it. I got it. Pestle, I know the prompt being talked about. It's a joke stating the idea of a princess locked in an old tower. Turns out it was an old wizard's tower, so the princess spends her time locked up learning the remains of wizards' magic books. Honestly, good opportunistic instinct of her. Honey, this is the only water that Murky hasn't stole color from. It's not dangerous, right? Water this murky. Not to get parasocial, but honey at the lake or a pond. To quote the dean from the community, I hope this doesn't awaken something in me. You're okay, be French. I don't think that's particularly parasocial. I think it's a nice scene. I'm absolutely going to duplicate this and put it over here. And then we're going to do this and a little transparency. And then I will adjust it so that it shows where the water would be touching, because that is really important. A little bit of the illusion that the leg is dipping into the water, probably around here. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Dang. It should actually be a little bit of the fingers as well. There we go. Sorry, I locked in. One sec. Absolutely locked in. Continue that. A little lower for this one. Yeah. I have dad joke. What do you call a network of shy people? A nervous system. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Thank you, Lucas. I'm glad you like the art. I've been suddenly on an arc training arc recently. Oh, really? Went from met art to people going, dude, what the heck? How do you can draw so good in the span of a month? That's great. Congratulations. That is something to be very proud of, is having growth in such a short amount of time is very nice. It's not a super common experience, but it's absolutely very, very cool when you get it. So I hope you're enjoying it. Nervous system when confident network walks in. The nervous system can get to you for sure. All right, let's color in the suit. All right, we fill in here. A little bit of a swimsuit, even though it's January. Jeez, it's January. 2026 is upon us. Black Bear. Wizard learning a princess has unlocked the arcane secrets hidden in their tomes left in Winter Tower, with the same energy as finding a possum living in your dresser drawer. Except the possum now has a gun. It's just like, oh gosh, what do? You can't really do much. I see what I did. There we go. And then features underneath. Swimsuit top is magic, has no straps. It's defying the laws of gravity. Sometimes it doesn't need to make sense because I don't feel like making it make sense. That's normal though. That's oftentimes why I find that clothes that are drawn never look as good in real life. There is something magical about the drawn realm where you can make it look and curve exactly the way you want. Goblin magic. Thank you, Shimra. I quite like it. Let's see, we can make this darker. I got darker eyebrows. There we go. Very chill little pond. We're not quite done yet. The fabric budget in 2D is infinite. Exactly. You can put as much or as little fabric in exactly the right places. Zooch. Another perk of the art is that the outfits we design are bound with no laws of earth. Yep. Absolutely. You can kind of do whatever you want. They can be the exact color you want, the exact material. They always look good. They never don't look good. My favorite sort of reasoning is when you say something to explain it, but it still doesn't quite explain it. Like, how does the top stay on? Well, she's a goblin. I mean, yes, that doesn't explain it. Pretty much, yeah. It's just, how does it stay on? I don't know. Magic. Magic. Let's do a little shading later. I'm gonna try the reverse shading style. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna do an overlay layer. There we go. Now I'm just picturing muffled. I'm flying high, defying gravity coming from the bikini top. It's singing. With the old comic Dr. McNinja. He's a ninja. Or, well, he's also a doctor. It's one of those anime tops that's with a wrap shirt and a bra at the same time. It does it all. It is a pretty nice top. I like those like diamond or the upside down heart kind of looks. Maybe it looks better without that. Simplify it a little bit. Yeah, okay. Love the way you grayscale is coming along beautifully. How's about a save? Thank you, John. Yeah. Also, Plugbear, thank you for the posture check. Given the upward sweep of the top neck, you could easily add securing the neck. Yeah, I could absolutely add like a little chain holding it up. Very simple. Let's finish up the plants. And then maybe we'll keep working on this tomorrow too. Also, Shadow King Guts, thank you for the resub. Happy 40 months. Welcome back. And also, Alex, thank you for the ear wiggles. Got a little bit of lag. That's okay. Let's see. What's a little bit of music I want to listen to? That could be a good song. Ghost Avenue by Eve. Spend on earwiggles. That's okay, Stitch. There'll be more opportunities in the future. I think going more shape-based is kind of nice every once in a while. That makes a tangent. The splunkiest of bass lines. Yeah. Hey, Grumman, welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Also, in case y'all are wondering, no, I am kind of just guessing with these plants. I don't know exactly what they are, but I'm kind of just getting the concept of plants out. Granted, if I were actually to make this a little bit more serious, I would probably say, let's find reference. Let's look at how some plants looks. But for the sake of art block and just letting art out, I am absolutely kind of just winging it. I'm doing the implication of plants, and that's kind of more important than the actual plant itself right now. This is the vaguely water-shaped plant. Exactly, Spooter. Exactly. This is the... You'd probably find something vaguely plant-shaped around a well like this. Since you're well, add up some moss. Ooh, you know what? Moss is actually a great idea. Let me do that. Let's add moss. Moss will probably be around here. A little bit on the tops. Change the brush type. Let's see, that's gouache. Dry gouache? Yeah, dry gouache probably be better. Kind of soften the edges here. This makes sense. Convert the local abandoned well into a private swimming contemplation post. Exactly. Get a little privacy and quiet time. Honestly, if I had enough space in a property, I would want to kind of build a well. It'd be nice, just because, like, then you have some water for watering plants, even though, logically speaking, I don't know how good the well water is for watering plants. Better than nothing in a drought, I assume, but don't know. Think well water's pretty fresh. I think so, but I know it's not good for drinking. You still have to filter it and all. It's rare times I actually include background elements. I should really draw background stuff. Backgrounds are hard to draw, so I'm slowly trying to add them in. I'm not making like it a big deal. I'm just kind of doing my best. We are kind of just slowly estimating what moss would look like this. Smart, I should do that. What, Crowman? What's up? This is seaweed plant thingy, the mini sea, the little personal backyard sea. Just throw a bunch of salt into it. Friend had well water, needed a pump and filter to make sure it's potable. Gotcha. Yeah, you have to, basically any water that is not from your tap, even water from your tap, is best to be filtered, but you also have to make sure it's potable before you start drinking it. Lichen. Good night, easy shot. Take it easy. Good stretch. Boiling water is one thing, but filtering water is important. Yes, boiling water can help, but it's not quite the same. I think, if I remember correctly, a better way to do that is to boil the water and classic condensation style collect that water. I think that's potable water, but I am not entirely sure, so do not quote me on that. Finally got past the 100th chapter on my book. The one you are writing or reading? Because either way, that's a big deal, because 100 chapters in a book is a lot. Dang. But yeah, Jedi. Potable is basically safe to drink water. Because a lot of the water you find out in nature, whether that be rainwater, river water, groundwater, seawater especially, is not safe to drink. So there is a particular way to process it to make sure it is safe to drink. I do not know those processes. I would like to learn. But yeah, don't drink water that does not come from a bottle or a tap if you are worried about that. Right? Oh my gosh, writing 100 chapters. I don't understand writing. Like, my brain cannot do it, and that's fine. But I just don't know how people can write that much. The fact that you can describe a location and to describe what characters are doing at a location with emotions and clarity without breaking tension or holding tension is extremely difficult. I don't know how to do that. It's an art form in and of itself, and I don't get it. So props to you for writing 100 chapters. That is a lot. That is a lot. Flash are good in a pinch. In a pinch, yes. They are not perfect, but they're better than none, I would say. You can teach English, but you can't teach writing. Teaching writing is a whole thing, and I have no idea how effectively teachers write, or teachers teach writing. But yeah, have a good dinner, Meta. Just doing a little bit of lighting on the plants. See you Monday, Banjo. You take it easy. Noob, if I have learned nothing from my own imagination, you can make any water safe by boiling and putting your mouth over the steam. I don't know about that one, honestly, but I can't say I've tried it. See you later, Croman. Congratulations again. I can't draw, so I'm actually kind of jealous of you. Thank you. Everyone's got their own art form, and they're all difficult in different ways. Alright, I think I'll stream for another 10-ish minutes, and then call a stream, because I am going to stream again tomorrow morning. So we're going to take it easy. Nah. Normal. And just turn down the saturation. Nah, keep it like that for now. Night, sweet Anya. Your shading is immaculate. I wish I had the funds to commission a model with you because I have tons of ideas. I'd love to see what you can do with my vampire. Just can't right now. Absolutely fair, Alucard. I am very happy that you are being responsible with your funds. It is gives me a lot of faith. Going to sleep now, just drop by to say I got the plushie. It's very cute. Oh, thank you, Logical. I hope that the plushie brings you a lot of joy. Thank you for telling me. I'm glad it arrived safe. Oh my gosh. I noticed the door first if I forget to open it. Here's a simple question. What's the first thing you notice when you walk into a room? Lights. Lights are the biggest piece of furniture. That's usually the first thing. Because depending on how you answer, that would affect how you would describe a room. Oh. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Never really thought about it that way. Writing draws from both your knowledge of language and your own personal life experiences, and the way your brain formulates thoughts, and just your perception of reality in general. That sounds complex. I don't know how writers do it. Genuinely, I tried writing a bunch, and I did write some very self-inserty stuff when I was a teenager. It was good for me because it made me look like I was taking notes during class, when really I was just writing my own fantasy world, me going through it. I still have the writings in my book. So it keeps me humble. It goes, remember where you came from. Remember where you came from. If you don't, you are doomed to repeat it. You know? Learned how hard writing was after I read a book so terrible it motivated me to write a better one. I didn't succeed and I learned to respect writers more, even the terrible ones. Writing a book yourself is very difficult. It is very, very difficult. And I hope that writers find it rewarding. Also, in case you're wondering, I am kind of just guessing with this right now. I'm kind of just playing this by ear. My first model kits? Models are fun. I just recently started to make models. It was quite a good time, honestly. Alright. I gotta do some plants in the background, but saddest thing I know is to tell you it's hard. It is difficult. I barely scratched the surface of doing it, and I'm already like, this is so much work. Ask Booter, I have a gunpla problem. I see. I see. Well, hopefully y'all can make models together. And it's good for you to take a break, because that way Spooter's not only drawing, so. It's good. He's building one next home right now. I see. I see. I see, Riziel. As a webtoon artist who does both writing and art, I can say outright that writing in your own style is going to 100% doing to be 100% better than trying to write how other people tell you to write. Just doing it might be the best way to do it. Not worrying about how other people might perceive it, just doing it though. The one downside of like ponds like this is mosquito central. Like this is all mosquitoes. Still water, that's where mosquitoes live, baby. Even running water, that's where mosquitoes live, baby. Not as peaceful and calm like this. Normally would not swim like this, but this is a fantasy well. Rachel, actually, I am less building and more adding water slide decals at the moment. I see. Throw the goblin a well, make a wish. See what happens. You either get a wish or bitten. Oh, myth. In that case, you would like start describing the room with light fixtures. Maybe the chandelier suspended from the ceiling by an old rusty chain. Casting candlelight across the space. That might lead you to describe the rotted wood floorboards, swollen with time and moisture and crackless places. Myth, writing is your medium, Myth. I could tell. Which then might lead you to describe the scent in the air. Old and musty and stagnant, as if not a single breeze has disturbed the space for many long years. I don't even know what kind of creation suits me most. Being generally indecisive and not having an idea of most of the time I want to convey and do. It's really rare for me to have a, I want to do that moment. I see. Well, that brings up the question is just like, do you want to have a specialty? Or would you prefer to be a generalist? Is there something you would like to create that's a big project or just small projects, you know? It is up to you. I wish to be bitten by the goblin girl. With these teeth? Are you sure? Would a pixie vampire be the equivalent of a fantasy mosquito then? Oh, maybe. They might be closer to like flying leeches. That might be worse, actually. Alright, I can feel my brain gently going like, okay, time to stop. And I'm like, okay, I will chill. Let me take a little sip and chill. Because that way, I can stream this potentially tomorrow morning and see how my brain is feeling then. Myth, I mean, I ain't gonna judge what people are into. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're into what you're into, you know? Ugh. No one can police your thoughts. You can think of whatever most, I think, what was it? The most salacious art ever, or the most erotic writing that you could possibly want to do. And you can do it yourself. You don't have to show anybody. It's for you. It's for you to enjoy. Not everything is for the public. A lot of stuff is for you. This. Oh, Ipun Jive, thank you for the hydrate. And also, thank you for the posture check. Oh, good stuff. You right now, you could think about a succulent meal or a meal of succulence. Seriously, what if I'm into stealing from rich people? Based, that one. That's a good one. No one can stop. What if I'm into Mormons? Then you're into that. That's fine. That's okay. You are into what you're into. I will say, be careful what you say on Twitch because TOS will get you. But listen, I'm not here to absolve you of your guilt. Do not search for absolution through streamers. Absolve yourself of your guilt. Your thoughts are your own and there is no crime in thinking. So what counts as succulence? Because I mean, I can go after the entire pot of boiled potatoes. So it's kind of a play on words where succulence is the desert plant, which contains aloe, if I'm not mistaken. They can be aloe plants. But succulent can also mean like delicious sort of meal. So it's a little joke there. I don't know if you wanted me to explain it or if I'm just silly and very literal brained. Aloe is a succulent. Yeah, I thought so. Speaking of writing, this time last year there was a big scandal in the YouTube HFY community where one particular channel got caught using AI to write stories by a former writer. Guard Bros Field Desk. Here's what got everyone angry. This channel advertised the channel was written by human and narrated by human. Ugh, gross. That's bad. That's bad. Yeah, no. I no. I do not use generative AI. It's very bad just in general. It's a plagiarism machine, but also it is robbing you of your ability to grow and learn. Genuinely, your skill to like think and be able to question things will atrophy if you use these things. Like it's very, 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 very bad. People are like, oh, it's not that bad. It's just like Google. It is not. It is different. It is different than Googling something. Nowadays, although Google is giving you AI responses, which is bad, you just gotta add some blocks for that. Zindel, watching TFS commentary on YouTube about Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and Taka came back to talk about his work in Cell, and all I can think is that man got to spend his day with the Honey Goblin. He's a lucky man. Thank you very much. Y'all get to spend some time with me too. I was gonna ask if I could convince you to raid Gob and make her mentally blue screen. I don't know. Let me see who's awake. That is something I should check out before we go. Is there a ways to disable Google's AI responses? Yes, there are some ways to disable it. Mostly it's using some ad blocks, kind of like plugins, and potentially using different browsers. There are some browsers, I forget what it's called, where it's, I'll have to pull it up again, but there's one browser that's just like, we are not using AI, we are not implementing AI, we just don't want it. And everyone's like, okay, good, actually, just keep that up. But yeah, there are definitely workarounds, but if I can find a browser that is just as good as Firefox, that has all a bunch of add-ins I can add, yeah. Waterfox. Brave browser? Maybe. Brave does have ad disabling abilities. I don't know how much I trust it. Because it makes me go like, okay, how are they making money then? How is this working? Because it's free and it doesn't have ads. So like anytime there's something like, we're free, we have no ads, it's like, okay, but then are you selling people's personal cookies and personal stuff? Like, how are they making money? No, there's an anti-AI branch of Firefox called Waterfox. I was curious if that was the browser you were. No, I did not know that, actually. Interesting. Context. Guardbro's Field Desk wasn't the one using AI. He was the former writer that outed the channel. Oh, gotcha. If you have the time, look up Net Narrator. He did a video on the topic. I might, but at the same time, I'm trying not to get pulled back into the silly YouTube algorithm of like, here's clickbait videos and here's drama, and I'm like, I'm really tired of that. Show me the fun artists on YouTube that I want to see, and then I'm gonna chill. Scooter, I need to find that browser that doesn't use AI. Yeah, that's kind of my vibe towards Opera. I used it for a bit, and after thinking about it, using it for a few days, it felt weird. It was Honey Flashbacks. Yeah, unfortunate that I share the same name as that scandal. Whatever, it be what it be. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I do not trust anything that markets itself as free, and even things that market itself as paid, especially with websites, is just like, what are you selling and who are you selling it to? That's always just a really important question to ask, you know? Oh, a little stretch for my back. Oh, good stuff. Anyways, I stream in about 12 hours, so let's get some sleep. Ooh, here's someone we can visit. Beautiful. Raid message? Let's see. Good night, Hollow. Welcome back, Roman. We're just about to wrap up stream now. Let's see. A good raid message for today. Thanks so much for the stream, honey. Hopefully I'll be able to catch tomorrow after work. You know what, Jedi? That's a good one. Well, well, well. That'll be the raid message. And also, Tony, thank you for the breather deem. Let's visit Joel. Joel is doing some art, and I have not seen Joel do art in a while, so I'm very excited to see what he's drawing. If I'm not mistaken, Joel's community is 18 plus. So, minors, go to bed. Get some sleep. Mental wellness. That's pretty good. Well, well, well. That's a pretty good one too. But yeah, Joel's pronouns are he, him. Well, and he's right now drawing an outfit for himself, and I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see it. But I will be streaming tomorrow at, let's say, 9:30 PST, because I end the stream a little bit later than usual. And I've been waking up later. I'm trying to get back into it. But yeah, we're going to be taking it so easy. Because he's doing art? Yeah, we're doing art. Oh, that's pretty good, Jedi. You can use that one. But yeah, what was I about to do? Yeah, my brain is already going like, we need to rest. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna read some witch chat and chill and say hi to Joel, because Joel is very high energy. Usually, he's been going for about 7 hours, so I don't know how tired he is. But I figured we'd say hi. You know, why not? But I will see y'all at 9:30 PST or 12:30 EST. We're gonna chill. Hopefully, do more art. If not, we'll do more Minecraft. We'll see what my brain is feeling up to, because this is pretty nice. I will see y'all real soon. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.